Alright, I don't know which camera I'm going to talk to. I'm going to talk to this camera, I'm going to talk to this camera. Guess we'll use this camera. This one has better audio though. Let's see, the boat project. Working on the boat project. Got a few things in from Amazon, and just going to share those. A little box right here on the floor. First and probably favorite thing that I've got in all this stuff was these ratchet straps. Not really the conventional type ratchet strap. They have little holes in the back, so you bolt this part to the trailer, and it has a ratcheting or a retractor mechanism, just like a seat belt. You can pull it up, put it on the eye on the back of the boat, and then you ratchet it tight, and then whenever you're unloading the boat, you just push the button, take it loose, and then it just retracts right back down into the deal. So you're not messing around with, double-ended hooks and whatnot. So that's kind of my favorite thing. Let's see, the next thing I got on my list here. I got a little switch panel, and it comes with little labels that you stick on it, for bilge pump, depth finder, just various things that you have on the boat. Nav lights, live well. It has a USB connection and a voltmeter, and then a PowerPoint, which I don't know if that'll ever get used, but yeah, I got it. So, switch panel. Oh, for questions, email such and such. Pretty sure everybody knows how to use a switch panel. Got a nav light. I was going to do it just like the kayak and put the little lights, but decided, I'm going to go ahead and utilize the little socket that's already there, because with this in there, it'll actually sit higher than my trolling motor, and people will be able to see it. Now, let's see here. Got some little LED lights. They're little blue LED lights. They got little adhesive. Oh no, those ain't adhesive. Well, I'll have to get some adhesive 3M tape or something. I'm going to put these underneath the lids and underneath the console. Any place that I would need to see into, like if I'm digging out a fishing pole out of the long side box, or if I'm trying to grab a throw cushion out from underneath the bow, I'll have lights just about everywhere. There's a whole bunch of them in here. Let's see, there's 10 of them in here, and I think I gave a whole whopping $9 for these. What else we got? I was going to do a little distribution block with my negative and my positive connections, but decided I really don't want to do that, so I got these inline fuses that have a little waterproof cap. Thought it'd be better doing this rather than doing the box, because anywhere I put it, if it were to get flooded or something, not that I would expect it to, but if it did, water would get in it and just kind of rest inside it. So I figured I'd go this route first, and we'll just see how that works out. I mean, it's kind of the way it was to begin with, except with little AGC glass fuses. And come with all this box of fuses, which this is 14 gauge, I believe it's 14 gauge wire. Not exactly sure why they got 30s and 20 amp fuses in there, since the wire is not even rated that high. But I mean, I'll make use of the fuses, that's for sure. Not just on the boat. Let's see what else I get. I got this little socket here for the live, or not the live well, for the trolling motor up in the front of the boat. I did that because right now it's got like a NEMA 15 plug in it, which, I mean, there is heavy, 20 amp NEMA 15 plugs, or NEMA plugs, but a regular one, it's just 15 amp. And I know for a fact that motor pulls, I know, over 20 amps. I know I've popped 20 amp fuses in there, and I have 30 amp fuses on ATO fuses like that on 8 gauge wire. So this is only 10 gauge wire. Well, it says it's 10 gauge, but looking in there, looks like 8 gauge wire. So that might be mislabeled. I mean, even here it says 10 gauge wire. I don't think that's 10 gauge. That's way bigger than 10 gauge. But irregardless, I'm running the rest of the stuff on 10 gauge and it's been fine. I don't run it long enough to get it heated up to begin with. So I figured that would be a lot nicer on the boat. Let's see what else I got. I got this little motor switch, which I'm assuming this little lever pops up so you can turn it on and leave it on. But just a little push button switch that after I get the carpet in, I'll mount that permanently. I also got the metal to make an Easy Troll handle for the boat, or for the trolling motor. I can't seem to find Easy Troll. I don't know if they went out of business, but the last place I found it was at TH Marine and they didn't show it, so I kind of gave up on that and decided to make it myself. I got a piece of 1.5 inch flat stock, and I've got these little universal joint straps, so I could just do the flat stock and 2 of these universal straps, and I'll have the flat stock coming out. Then all I need is a piece of 7/8 tubing with a piece of flat, the hole in it, maybe put a rubber washer or something in there, and just sort of cinch it down to where, I've lifted up, it stays up, let it down, it stays down, whatever. And then put a bicycle grip on it, and I basically have an Easy Troll. That's the switch. Let's see what else we got going on here. I've got one thing I'm waiting on, which is a little level. I'll put an image right here. A little level switch that I want to have basically battery fuse switch in line with the bilge pump, and then have another wire going off to the front so I can manually turn the bilge pump on. But in case, for whatever reason, if the boat was to take on water, which, I mean, even if it does, it's not going to sink, it's got foam at the bottom of it. But if it takes on water, it'll trip that switch and automatically turn the pump on. So I figured that'd be handy, and it was cheap. It was like $10. Then I got LED lights, and even got the side lights LED. It had lights, the incandescence light, this shape on there before, and not sure what happened in that scope of things, but it had this lens gone and had a piece of red lens over the top of it, and then silver aluminum tape holding it shut. Not sure why. Maybe they backed into something. I don't know. I mean, one of the little stanchions that holds the light actually is kind of a little bent. So I mean, they could have hit something, knocked it out, and then just tried to make it a matching set. Not sure, but I got these on the kayak trailer. I figured I'd go ahead. I got it. It came with the kit, and I'm not sure why it came with 2 license plate holders, and I don't know, maybe 2 different states. I don't know. Came with wire, which I probably won't use unless I use it in the boat. And a bunch of little, what do they call them, Scotch locks. I'll never use those. And that's it. That's everything that I got in. I did get the, one second, it was kind of rainy and crappy yesterday, so I covered the deal here as best I could. I'm not a carpet guy. Got it all glued down, and which is kind of coming off over here, but that's fine because the hinge is on this side. It's all pretty strong here. I actually came back over it a second time and then razored it off. My corners weren't so great, but I mean, if you squint, you can't see it. And these are actually garage door latches, because that's all I could find at Lowe's, which is kind of a shame because when I got to work I found a whole bunch of them with no keys. I could have used those instead of spending $10 a pop, but no big deal. You know, I only had to change one on the live well, one on this, and the one up in the bow was actually still good. The rest of them, whenever I took the pliers to break them free, they all just like disintegrated back here. The only catch is I had to drill the hole bigger for that little pin to turn inside there, which I didn't really like the idea of doing that, but that's pretty much all I could do. It's not going to hurt anything. It'll keep honest people out with keys. Anywho, that's that, and that's all I got right now for what I've accomplished on the boat project. I think that's everything. Haven't decided if I'm going to put a marine radio in there or if I'm going to put a regular radio in there. I've got a TYT TH, I want to say 8900. It's kind of a clone of the Yaesu 9800 or 980. I think it's 9800 clone. Matter of fact, almost all the functions are the same and everything on it. I might put that in. It has a detachable screen, and I was thinking about getting one of those little waterproof covers to stick it in there, but I don't have like a waterproof mic, so I don't know. Maybe, who knows? If I go to like Whitney or Texoma, it's really not going to matter, because I use my truck as a repeater. Alvarado, it's okay. If I park my truck at the boat ramp in Whitney in just the right spot, I can make the repeater in Fort Worth, but I mean, I'm not gonna leave it on high power for, you know, a day. I want to be able to get back home without a dead battery. So that's all I got today for the 20th of January 2021.